Hi there, neighborhood mystics, and welcome to your free weekly tarot and astro reading for the week of May 7th through the 13th of 2017. Okay, this week we still have Mercury conjunct Uranus in play. So you may still be experiencing explosive tempers or other explosive tempers around you. You may be experiencing great insights, um, or you may be just a little bit on edge and not able to sleep. So we've got at least another week here of this Mercury conjunct Uranus. We also have the North Node moving into Leo. Last week's video was all about the North Node moving to Leo, sign by sign. So if you're wondering how it might affect you, you can watch last week's video. So if you do mean nodes, the nodes have already moved into Leo Aquarius. If you do true nodes, it'll be like the 7th or 8th of this week, Monday, Tuesday. So I think that's going to be a big shift in energy because with the North Node in Virgo, it's a lot about what we have to do and how we can make it better. With it in Leo, it's about how can we self-express and be ourselves. So I personally am looking forward to it. I have planets in both Leo and Virgo, but I'm a little Virgoed out at this point. On Wednesday, we have the full moon in Scorpio. So just thinking about the Taurus-Scorpio axis, it's thinking about what do you want to hold on to and what do you want to let go? What do you want to create more of and what do you want to release? This full moon doesn't make a lot of aspects to other things. So, like I said, probably a good focal point for this one is, what do you want to keep and what do you want to let go? In addition to these aspects, we've got several trines happening. We have the Sun trine Pluto, which is retrograde. We have Mercury trine Saturn, which is retrograde. And we have Mars trine Jupiter, which is retrograde. So we've got inner planets trining outer planets, and the outer planets all happen to be retrograde. So I think this might be a little bit of feedback and maybe a little bit of help for us moving forward in our plans. With the Sun trine Pluto, this is all about power issues. And so is Scorpio with the Scorpio full moon. So with the Sun trine Pluto, it's about your own power and power outside yourself and others having power over you or not, or what your own personal power is. So this could come up in trines are they can be easier energy and they can happen fast, so they say. These power issues can come up fast and they can kind of move through quickly, and then by the time you catch your breath or figure out what happened, it's already gone. And the next trine we have is Mercury trine Saturn. So you might get some grounding or some foundations in place to all these ideas that you've been having with Mercury conjunct Uranus. You might find a way you might find a technical aspect that can help you make your idea move forward. Like you may want to, have an online video class, and you find a good program that would allow you to have this online video class and be able to do the interactive things that you want to do. That's kind of like a technical aspect that you can put into practice and into play and get moving on your project. And then we have the Mars trine Jupiter. So that Jupiter is involved with Uranus too, has been all year. And like I've been talking about this Jupiter opposite Uranus can feel like too much. It's over the top. It's way too much. I mean, I know I brought it up personally I mean, I'm dealing with it. It's like, this is all way too, this over the top and way too much. Way too much at once. So with this Jupiter, I mean not Jupiter, with Mars in Gemini trining the Jupiter in Libra, once again, it's that Jupiter is retrograde, so we're dealing with what we have on our plate already. Maybe not something completely new, maybe a little new, but not completely new. And probably finding a way to manage it, to bring it into, some kind of routine that you can deal with, and you can try to balance what's happening, so it's not so over the top, and so that maybe you are considering other people, or if it's fair to you, is it fair to other people, these kinds of things that allow you to sort that out with the Mars and pick priorities. That's what I was trying to say, trying to pick your priorities. So let's pull cards for each of these aspects and see what it looks like for us this week. So for the full moon, I've got the 8 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups and Judgment. Okay. All right. Interesting. So I think with this, let me look at it this way. With this 8 of Pentacles, okay, so I think what we're talking about here is we're talking about, there's a certain amount of fulfillment happening here, and it's going to require that you put in the work and put in the practice, and be a little bit brave and step forward. For Mercury conjunct Uranus, we have the 3 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, and the 5 of Swords. And this every time I see this, I think about this poor worm getting chopped in half, because I raise composting worms. So I'm a big fan and supporter of the worms. So it kind of makes me sad to see the worm chopped in half. But worms can regenerate themselves, so I don't know. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks. But as far as what we're talking about with the Mercury conjunct Uranus, the 3s is this is social and working with other people, and so is the 6. And the 6 is also reminding us that we need an equal exchange. And I think with these roots coming down, this is saying, make sure that what you're participating in has good roots and good foundations, and is enjoyable, and you get what you need out of it. This is very childlike fun, so it's just easy. So I think this is kind of the litmus test part of it, and we've got the 5. So this is a disruption. Okay, so we've got the peaceful social aspect, and we have a disruption. So there's going to be a disruption to your social circles, or your workplace, or maybe even your home. And so I think the litmus test is does it hold up here in as far as are you getting what you need out of it, and are you enjoying the people you're with? And if not, then it's probably okay to let it go and to cut it out. Okay, now for the Sun trine Pluto. So what kind of power struggles are we dealing with, or what kind of issues around power are we dealing with? We have got the Father of Swords, or the King of Swords, the 6 of Wands, and the Daughter of Pentacles, or the Page of Pentacles. So this is looking like, to me, like you know what you're doing. And you know, the success is here. The success is forthcoming. And so you need to be open to it, and be open to the opportunities that are coming your way for you to be able to express your power. But you need to know that you are powerful and that you know what you're doing. This card is my big, you know what you're doing. So if you're feeling like, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing, you need to get on the other side of that and somehow work through that you do know what you're doing, so you can meet the success and the opportunities. Okay, so now we're talking about Mercury trine Saturn. And what we've got is the Seven of Swords, Temperance, and Ace of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing with all these triplets of cards that I'm pulling is there's change afoot. Change is in the works. Change is happening now. And there are definite opportunities. So with these pages and these aces, these are opportunities that are coming forth right now. And it's like the change is in the works. So certainly don't fight the change. See, and then we've got a sword card. I think we had a similar combination last time where there's a sword card. So it's like how you're thinking about or how you're approaching these changes and opportunities that's kind of the key to the whole thing. It's what can throw the game, so to speak. So with this Seven of Swords, you know, we've got this little fox that's kind of sitting on one of the swords and kind of it's kind of looking at us with one eye, like, I'm not so sure. So, you know, and this card's also about making a plan. So just don't be so suspicious. Be more open is what I would say, because like I said, the transformation, the change, the ability to combine things in new ways and create support and something long lasting for yourself it's here. It's here now. Okay, so for Mars trine Jupiter, we've got the Five of Wands. We have the Empress, and we have the Ace of Swords. So I have swords come up every time. I think they have in every triplet here. But anyway, you know, we've got this Five of Wands. So, you know, this can be an energy of a lot going on and trying to herd cats, trying to get stuff to move in one direction. You know, and that's that Mars in Gemini, you know, and this can also be conflicts. The conflicts can come up with Mars, you know, so where you rub people the wrong way or there's a little bit of friction there. Then we've got the Empress, but see, it's like the opportunity is there. The opportunity it's just right. It's right there. The growth is happening. You know, you just need to see it. And then lastly, we have the Ace of Swords. So here we have, this is your new mindset, your new perspective. You know, and sometimes, like I said, the swords can cut things out, and sometimes that's necessary. And if that's too harsh, you know, it's like I said, it's a sorting. Like with the swords, I see like a black and white kind of perspective. Yes, no, off, on, good, bad. You know, this way, that way. So, you know, when you're deliberating with your choices, you need to be kind of binary and go, is it a yes or is it a no? Is it a go or a stay? Is it a red? Is it a black? You know, whatever it is. So, I mean, ultimately, like I said, that the change is here. The change is upon us. We're in the midst of change. So it's all about how you approach it and how you think about it and how you're going to ride that wave of change that is upon us now. So have a great week, everybody. I plan to. I'm trying to open up and just experience it and say, hey, what could be? What, how, what could it be, instead of complaining about how it is. So I wish you the best, and I'll see you next week. Please like and share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.